So hello guys, I'm Toponic Spider and I'm back on my bike after a while riding other bikes and posting videos of them. Well, I haven't really been away from my bike, but because this is my daily driver. Anyways, in this video I'll be talking about whether you should buy the XBlade or the Hornet 160R, since both are technically the same bikes. And before I move into that, no, I'm not gonna do a review on the Platina, Comfort Deck, or whatever you call that bike, because it doesn't interest me. One, two, these bikes are available everywhere. You could just ask one of the owners to speak to you, or say what the bike is, or whatever you want to know about it. It's just that simple. And also, this thing, I'm just doing it for fun. I'm not taking this seriously currently, because first of all, I'm not gaining anything from it, so there's no need to be serious about this. Before I suffocate, let me just open this. Fresh air. Okay, let's move on. So the XBlade and the Hornet 160R, both are technically same bikes. It's like old wine in new bottle, but the newer one has some other ingredients mixed to it, like some methamphetamine or something, because the new wine, even though the old wine, even though it's in the new bottle, it looks different. Yeah. So both share the same engine, a 162cc engine, while the Hornet produces 15.1 horsepower and 14.5 newton meters of torque. The XBlade, on the other hand, only produces 14 horsepower and 14 newton meters of torque. And the power difference is felt when I test rode the bike. While this bike is a little bit jumpy here and there, being all raw, railed and ripped, the XBlade, on the other hand, is much softer here and there. So it's like synthesized, surreal and smooth, or soft, if you want to say. The whole package is softer. To the suspension, the Hornet 160R has a really stiff suspension, and you can feel every inch of the road with ease. I mean, I could say that this road is pretty smooth now, because my suspension isn't throwing me off the bike. In case of the XBlade though, that measuring device isn't present on the XBlade, because the suspension is much softer than this. So you won't feel the bumps that much compared to the Hornet 160R. So your butt is going to have a better time, unless you're in prison. I can already feel my butt is killing me, because the seat is really hard on the Hornet 160R. Even with the mod that I've done, which is add another layer of plank to the seat, the XBlade is quite softer actually, and longer too, so you can have your other person sitting behind you. Please don't take that inappropriately, I beg of you. If you want a comparison of the seats that are provided by the two bikes, if you remember your childhood when you were talking and your teacher caught you and made you sit on the floor, that floor produces the same kind of comfort that you get from a Hornet 160R. On a long, I mean, in a short run it's fine, you can sit, but on the long run it's gonna obliterate your ass. You can't walk because your ass is broken into pieces. While comparing that, you are sitting on a sofa, a broken one, but still it's a sofa. That is the seat of the XBlade compared. Now that should give you a little bit of an idea on how the seats are in terms of height. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, tough guy. I feel bad for that guy, because he had acres of space to my right so that he could overtake me, yet he decides to overtake me to the left. This goes into the history books of All India Squids Association. and probably this too. Damn you, auto rickshaw, I can't see shit. Now seat height, both are same. The tires, both are Nido Grip zappers, but the XBlade has a thinner tire, while the Hornet has 140 section at the rear and 110 or 100 at the front. The XBlade only has 130 at the back and 80 at the front, or 100 at the front, because sources say different sizes. Anyways, both provide same amount of grip. It's not that great for spirited riding, but it's good enough for city rides and rainy rides. I feel like the XBlade is a little more flickable in city because of the thinner tire. It's going to be much easier to take it around the city. Yet the Hornet is still capable too, but compared to the Hornet, the XBlade is better in cities. So it is a bit more flickable, but highway long high-speed stability can be a bit problematic in the XBlade. I mean, it is still doable, but it's not going to be as stable as the Hornet. That's what I think. I wasn't able to take the Hornet XBlade for a longer ride, so I can't really comment on how it feels on the highways. The looks, it's a subjective matter, but both have some similarities in terms of style, and that's what I meant by the injecting meth into the ingredients list or something like that on the old wine, because in some ways it does look similar to the Hornet 160R, and if you know what meth does, you kinda get what I mean by there. Basically what meth does is it completely fucks you up in terms of how you look actually, but at least in this case it does look good, especially with the robo face and all that stuff. The seat is softer, the suspension is softer, the clutch is much lighter and softer to use. The grips, the handlebar positioning, the seating position, it feels like it's much less hardcore version. While this bike is a street fighter, the XBlade is more of a commuter bike. The seating, it's pretty apparent. The way it's powered, it's sprung, seating, the comfort and all that stuff. In this bike, I am sitting slightly aggressively. I'm slightly forward biased. My legs are backward slightly. Over a long period of city rides, I do get pain on the back and arms because of using too much pressure on the hands. While on the XBlade, it's much more easier on you. The handlebars are slightly towards you. You're sitting way up straight, way upright. The legs position is forward biased like a normal commuter is, and it's a very good city bike. Now the capacity, the fuel tank and all that stuff, both are the same fuel tank, both are 12 liters of fuel capacity, but the way the tank is sculpted, the Hornet has a wider tank in terms of size, physical size, but capacity is still the same. So in the Hornet it's a bit difficult for smaller riders. That's what I feel, because of the wider tank. Your leg's gonna be a bit more spread. The XBlade, I don't have much problem because it's a sleeker bike. The legs are closer together than the Hornet 160R.